Everyone, thank you for joining me. So I wanted to bring you another video. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. This is a timeless reading. You could also use this as a manifestation reading. All you need to do is claim this energy as your own. I get my information from God and from the Holy Spirit. I don't use any cards or anything. Um, if you'd like to work with me on spiritual advice, twin flame stuff, astrology readings, and more, my information is in the description below. And if you'd like to um, book a free consult with me, my Calendly link is in the description below. Keep in mind that we all have masculine and feminine energies in our bodies. So masculine can be feminine, feminine can be masculine. So use those terms as they make sense in your situation. All right, y'all. So let me get into it. So I'm going to be changing the direction of the videos for a while, and we'll see which way they end up going. But I always, of course, want the information to be something that is helpful, that is educational, and some part entertainment, but something that you can use that would help you on your journey. Um, and so I want to talk about the angel numbers, and I also want to talk a little bit about another topic that I think can be really good and can be very helpful. And it's a topic that I think I want to stay on. We'll see where it goes. But for now, I really like the topic, and I think it can be very helpful. So, um, one thing, so for the angel numbers, and maybe I could do that one first, and then just talk about this, and maybe talk a little bit about love as I'm talking about the angel number. So, the angel number that came up to me again today um, is 555. But also recently, what's coming up to me is 2222, and that's a number that came up as well. So I think that would be interesting to talk about. Um, so the number 555, while I'm um, thinking on that a little bit. So 555 is always for me a number that means transformation. Um, so it can mean big changes are coming into your life, and some changes that can be life altering. And so, for example, if we're talking about career stuff, let's say you feel like this job or this business that you're in is not for you, and you want to transition into something else. Um, that could be what's going on with you with the business, and so you feel like you want to do something different. And that could be the change, that you either start a new business, you pick up from another business that you really wanted to do. You could get a promotion, you could take over a company, you could get a new job, you could get a lot of things going on. So that could be the transformation that happens in business. As far as finances, you could get a new windfall of money coming in. You could get a new stream of income. You could get multiple streams of income. You could get you could win the lottery. You could get an inheritance. You could get a ton of money that you never knew that you could get. Um, and so that could be something that comes in for you. Um, it could be something changing with your health. So there could be, like, you could reach your ideal weight. You could be in the best shape ever. Your health could be the best ever. There could be something that you need to pay attention to. And that could be something that you're focused on for now. And that could be the big change. That you could get a haircut, you could get a glow up, you could get your makeup done and look better and feel better than ever. there could be a lot of things that you're doing. So that could be what's going on with your health, and it could be well-being, could be beauty, could be as far as personal development. Maybe you had a dark night of the soul, or maybe you had another ascension. Maybe you had a download or an upload. Maybe you had, some things that you're waiting uh, for, and the light bulb moment finally came, or the epiphany came, and you just learned something out of the blue. You tapped into the Akashic records and you got some new information. So there could be a huge change there. Um, I would say one big thing that's important is focusing on your thoughts and making sure that you're thinking on things that you know you want to bring into this 3D, because those could be the things that pop into this 3D like in seconds. Your thoughts are so powerful this time that you could be getting things popping into your reality very fast. So think on the things that you really want. There can also be what they say is accelerated spiritual growth. So there might be some lessons, there might be things that are going on. You have this growth like it was. You thought it would take 6 months, a year. It's taken like 6 minutes. There could be things that are happening really fast spiritually. And like I said, you could have tapped into the Akashic records. It could be through prayer, it could be through meditation, both. It could be a lot of things: reading, writing, visualization, using your imagination. There could be a lot of things going on with that. And when those things happen, that's when some major changes can occur in your life. Like it feels like overnight or in seconds. So you could be manifesting lightning fast right now, or you could be growing spiritually lightning fast as well. Um, as far as love and relationships, um, you could be seeing a twin flame coming in with 555. It might be a major change, could be a major change in relationship. It could grow deeper. Um, could also be spiritual evolution, or like I said, ascension for one or both of you. Um, there could be major developments or major changes in your relationship. You're getting closer. Like I said, the connection is getting deeper. You feel the longing, you feel the pull, you feel, maybe you're transferring some um, spiritual gifts, abilities, or powers to each other, or you're feeling each other's pain in certain areas or experiencing certain things like that. I would say when it comes to that, there, just keep in mind, this is a topic that I wanted to get onto today and into. Um, the environment can be mirroring you. So, for example, I was talking with someone and they were saying, things were going slow in this dating situation. And they're like, I'm not understanding why it's moving so slow. And when we really reflected on them as a person and what they are okay with at this time, what they're okay with right now is going slow. And that's what they've been calling in, because they had a really bad experience, traumatic experience, and it takes them time to warm up, to get close, to open up, all those things. And so it's understandable then that the person would just want to take things slow. So looking back on it, they said, well, for example, they might be afraid they're going to get hurt, going to get attacked, like someone's going to get inside their space and do something awful. They really don't know if they can trust. So there's the importance of building trust. There can be a lot of things that are going on, and um, they would rather just take things slow than move fast. Because when you move fast, a lot of people, namely the two in the relationship, can get hurt. So it's better for you to take your time. And for them, this is the pace that's good for them. They want to move faster, but they're like, well, I really don't want anyone in my space. I really don't necessarily want to move to the next level until I know who I'm dealing with, which is understandable. The thing is, you have to be ready for how it feels to move slow and take your time, because it can be very frustrating. And if you're impatient, then it can leave you feeling like you want more. However, you're the one who's controlling the pace of this. Just keep in mind. So, if you want things to change, you want to change your mind. So, that means you need to start thinking in a different way. So, for example, if you're trying to attract love faster, start thinking on what it's going to feel like, what's it going to look like, what's it going to, taste like to have this delicious dinner, what their cologne or perfume smells like, so on. So Neville Goddard says, for example, live in the end. So that's what you're doing in order to attract the things that you want or desire into your life. Start imagining that they're already there and engaging all your senses so that you can really bring it to life in your imagination and your visualization. And then the next thing you know, it can be in your life, in the 3D. So use your imagination, your visualization, and start pulling things into your reality. And there are some things that we can do, which if you'd like to contact me, um, and work with me on, we can focus on ways that you could pull things into your reality, your 3D faster, because you have to be a willing participant, or at least stop offering resistance or lower the resistance by going to sleep. Taking a nap sometimes works for other people. Getting your mind on something else. There can be a lot of ways that you can actually help yourself to lower resistance, reduce, or whatever, get rid of resistance for yourself. All right, y'all. So I didn't want the video too long. Just wanted to share this with you, that the direction is going to be changing. I still want to do the angel numbers, but I want to focus more on things that I could do, share with you to help you to move into another place, a place that you desire in your life. So I want to bring you another video soon. As always, happy lightning fast manifesting. Continue to glow up. Continue to watch, read, listen to things that lift you up. Continue to work on surrounding yourself with people that want you to win, energy that lifts everyone up. Continue to work on growing your spiritual gifts, abilities, and powers. And I'm going to talk to y'all again soon. All right. Love y'all. Bye for now.